When I was like 10 or elementary school, I really wanted to be a poet or a writer. I got to know Eminem and Nas in 13 years old. And from 14, I started to write my own lyrics. And there was some online community, amateur musicians and rappers showing their lyrics and their musics. I just wanted to enter the system, like you said. I just wanted to enter a underground. Final test was to have a real performance with the musicians, but was like 16 and I just forgot my lyrics up in the stage. I was so nervous, so I sucked, and I just felt like, oh man, I have no talent. I think I was talented, I'm great, but the stage was a whole different thing. So I should study. I should be a good student. But destiny's really funny because that performance, I sucked. There was a famous rapper in Korea and he saw my performance. He actually laughed at me because I forgot my lyrics, but I think he saw my potentials, I guess, at that time. And he called me later, HYBE, and the CEO, Mr. Bang, is looking for some young kids who can write lyrics. And I told him I gave up already. I didn't tell my parents, but I secretly met him, and then it happened like this.
What's his name?
Sleepy.
So if Sleepy hadn't called you, you would have become, who knows, a businessman.
Maybe a businessman like my dad, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, Mr. Bang, which is our CEO, he started the team with me. He wanted me to be the first member and the leader and the first one to start the group. So that's how it happened. We've been living together so far. So it's been 12 years for the whole journey. Yep.
So that's an interesting pivot for this conversation, which is the reason why you're on this podcast is because you've become involved in the visual arts as a collector, but also as an influencer.
In 2018, which is 4 years ago. Actually, I got plenty of time when we are on tour in America or in Europe. I'm not actually a club person, really bored. So one day I was like, is there some site or some place that I can go? And then why not go into the museum? So the first site was the Chicago Art Institute. Museums were places that could see those artists painting for real. In 2018, some outsider from South Korea in here, and in this small room, me and his footprint or some pieces of his time just encountered, and it still gives me a thrill. That first experience got me really interested. I was like wondering, why can't I name